Coming up next on This Week in Torrance, a local athlete helps a fundraiser during his off-season. We'll tell you about his cause.
Plus, February marks Heart Health Awareness Month. We've got tips on how to keep your heart healthy.
Then we'll tell you how these nature enthusiasts are planting seeds for the future at the Madrona Marsh.
And Black History Month is celebrated in Torrance. We'll take you to 2 local events honoring some of the community's finest. These stories and much more are just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Chun.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks for joining us. Here are your top stories. Honda North America, headquartered here in Torrance, announced this week they are moving their North American corporate unit to Marysville, Ohio, which is the home of the Accord and Acura TL. According to Honda officials, they will only relocate their top executive plus some 50 employees to Ohio. Good news for Torrance, the city will still be the home base of Honda's U.S. sales and marketing. According to a Honda spokesman, the organizational changes will improve the speed of decision-making and the efficiency of their business operations. With an investment of more than $2.2 billion in its North American operations over the past 2 years, Honda will increase automobile production capacity from the current 1.63 million to 1.92 million units per year. As a result, annual exports of Honda and Acura cars from the U.S. are expected to surpass the company's previous single-year record of 105,511 vehicles set in 1994.
While parts of Honda is moving out, we have some new cars coming in. Torrance retail business will hit the fast lane this spring with the opening of a Ferrari and Maserati dealership. Hawthorne Boulevard will house these prestigious cars in keeping with the city's plans of attracting more upscale retailers and restaurants. The Ferrari dealership was unanimously approved by the City Planning Commission and will sit on a 28,600 square foot lot just north of Lomita Boulevard near Del Amo Fashion Center. Now, the new luxury car dealership is owned by Giacomo Mattioli, who also owns Ferrari Maserati of Beverly Hills. Mattioli said he chose Torrance because of its central location in the South Bay. Many of his clients already live in the area, and so its service center will enable customers to eliminate the drive to Beverly Hills. Construction is anticipated to begin in May and open in September of this year. City leaders are thrilled with the news, as car dealerships are among the most profitable sales tax generators for cities and can help fill the holes left by the recession.
The lives of some special needs kids and their families just got a little bit better at North High thanks to a recent donation. Convey, located here in Torrance, donated a cruiser and Easy Rider wheelchair to the special education program at North. The DSE program helps students with special needs by having them complete high school requirements in small, self-contained classes and then mainstreams them into regular classes when appropriate. North has 5 classrooms across campus dedicated to special needs students and oftentimes requires wheelchairs to help transport the students to different classrooms. Haley Huff, a senior at North High, initiated the donation after hearing from her mother how Conveyed helps thousands of kids and families with special needs kids every year. Together with special needs teacher Carrie Gromas, they were able to secure the donation. This Week in Torrance will continue coverage of this story in an upcoming episode, so make sure you stay tuned.
Well, it's never too early to start shopping for colleges. The Torrance PTA Council recently sponsored a free college fair for South Bay students. Over 50 colleges and universities from around the U.S., including Hawaii Pacific, Arizona State, and Washington University, participated in the annual event held at Torrance High. Representatives from several trade schools and the U.S. military were also in attendance, informing students about additional post-grad options. Now, attendees received valuable information about admissions requirements, application deadlines, and applying for financial aid.
If you've passed by Pueblo Park recently, you may have noticed a little bit of a change, or maybe a big change. The play equipment on both the east and west end has been removed in preparation of an improvement project. The basketball court has already been resurfaced, but there is much more to be done. Scheduled to finish by the end of the year, the park will sport new play equipment, a completely redone picnic area, new restrooms, a lighted walkway, an east side courtyard, and more. Now, it might not look like it now, but it will be an exceptional park once the work is completed. We'll keep you updated on the progress right here on CitiCABLE 3.
The mayor and city council members were back in session this week after 2 weeks off. Here's an update on their latest meeting. Fire Captain Randall Brooks, who recently retired, was honored after 29 years of service. Brooks began his career with the city of Torrance as a firefighter in '83 and served as a firefighter paramedic from '86 to '93. In '91, he was named Firefighter of the Year for his contributions to the training program. Brooks was promoted to fire engineer in '93, then fire captain in '94. Brooks was praised for his dedication, bravery, and commitment to the city. The council also recognized City Attorney John Fellows for 20 years of service. Fellows was instrumental in bringing the city's attorney's office into the 21st century shortly after his arrival by implementing new software for the criminal and civil division, as well as a document management system which led to the office winning an award for best practices in 2007. He also began an internship program for law students, which all the current attorneys in the office have gone through prior to being hired by the city. The Hometown Heroes banner program has entered its third phase to honor and recognize Torrance military residents and their families. All the banners in the program will be displayed on Torrance Boulevard during this year's Armed Forces Day Parade. Mayor Scotto and the council also presented replicas of the banners to Torrance military residents and their families during the meeting. You can catch replays of this week's council meeting right here on CitiCABLE, Time Warner Cable Channel 3 or Verizon Fios Channel 31 every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. You can also watch online at torranceca.gov.
Coming up, the Torrance Chamber of Commerce hosts their 16th annual Black History Month celebration. We'll take you there.
And get some great tips on how to keep your heart healthy.
We are this close.
We are this close.
Tutti like modest.
We're this close.
This close to making history.
This close.
From 120.
We are this close.
We are this close.
This close.
This close to changing the world. We are this close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease
ever again.
We are this close to making history.
We are this close to ending polio.
This close to ending polio.
We're this close.
This close.
This close to ending polio.
This close.
We are this close to ending polio.
All we need is you.
All we need is you. All we need is you.
Is you.
We are this close. This close.
If we don't act now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.
The Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce hosted an annual event at the Marriott celebrating culture, history, commerce, and even friendship. Shannon Murphy has the story.
The 16th Annual Black History Celebration, put on by the Torrance and Greater Los Angeles African American Chamber of Commerce, featured vendors, special guests, and awards recognizing members in the community for their varied accomplishments.
It's a great event, and it's a great atmosphere. They always have a lot of people to turn out for it, and it's a good event.
Master of Ceremonies and KCBS sports anchor Jim Hill introduced Cliff Johnson, who started the event 16 years ago.
I am just so honored to receive this kind of recognition, but the vision came about because of special individuals who really guided me in, because the community came together and embraced the concept. At the time, it was focused on diversity, bringing the community together, but also having a business focus. And one of the things that we wanted to do is make sure that all of the community was involved and that we really communicated from a cultural standpoint what Black history was all about.
A number of awards were presented to athletes, including U.S. gold medal winner Rayford Johnson, who received the Golden Legacy Award, Special Olympics athlete Michelle Kaur with the Golden Spirit Award, and the Golden Triumph Award went to one of the fastest women in the world, and Bishop Montgomery graduate Carmelita Jeter.
This is just an honor to be represented here today. Having the year that I had, having the success that I had over the years since 2007 when I first became a professional athlete, but having an amazing 2012 where I was able to represent the United States of America and come home with not one, not two, but 3 medals and a world record.
Along with the awards, the event honored those who've helped pave the way, making a historic impact for many generations.
One of the things that is very important for us to realize is our history, and that is those who came before us to pave the way for us and make sacrifices for us so that we can have the wonderful positions that we have today and do the wonderful things that we do today. I would like to recognize and ask you to give a fine round of applause, as I'm sure you will, to 3 groups that have done that and more. They did more than just try. They put their lives on the line. I would like for them to please stand, the members of the Tuskegee Airmen, the Buffalo Soldiers, and the Centurions. Please stand, gentlemen, raise your hands. In the back, right there.
For This Week in Torrance, I'm Shannon Murphy.
Thanks, Shannon. Ryan Hollins of the Los Angeles Clippers also received the Professional Spirit Award but was unable to attend. In his honor, Hollins' agent Todd Ramasar accepted the award.
Black History Month celebrations continue with an event honoring 2 accomplished artists. Shannon Murphy has more.
In honor of Black History Month, the Mercury Stage and Theater Company and the Torrance Performing Arts Consortium presented the play Lady Patriot, along with awarding 2 accomplished members of the African American community certificates of recognition by City Council. Additionally, the 2013 Shakespeare Award for Poetry was awarded to poet and writer Wanda Coleman. Accepting the award was her sister Sharon Evans.
On behalf of my sister Wanda, thank you all for coming and for honoring her.
Writer and director Ted Lang received the Mercury Stage and Theater Medallion and certificates of recognition for his play Lady Patriot, a true story based on the prejudices and patriotism endured by 3 women who lived through the Civil War.
I just want to say that it was my wife's idea to move to Torrance because she teaches at West High. We were living in Laguna Hills. And I used to commute from Laguna Hills into Burbank and into LA. And so when my wife said, what do you think of living in Torrance? I didn't even know what it was about, but I said, yes, yes. So when we moved here, this is one of the most beautiful communities. I really love it here. And so we've been exploring since we've been living here, different cafes and restaurants and going down to the beach. And I just love this area here. So I'm very, very happy to be a part of this community. Anything that you want from me, need from me, I would be happy to participate. As long as it's not making donations.
Thanks, Shannon. The Mercury Theater and Stage Company is a newly established theatrical production company in partnership with the South Bay Conservatory and the Torrance Performing Arts Consortium. Now, to learn more, go to torranceperformingarts.com.
The Torrance Propagation Society is a group of nature enthusiasts and botanists that meet every Thursday. They have been waiting for this day to plant these seeds for up to 3 years. Our reporter Julie Parton has more on the story.
Linda Gonzalez has a huge responsibility. Without her, the 50-acre preservation land would not look like it does today. She takes care of 4,000 to 5,000 plants a year as the native plant nursery coordinator at the Madrona Marsh.
Today we're going to plant buckwheat, rattlepod, and deer vetch. I love plants, I always have. I'm very thankful that we're able to breathe because of them. I kind of don't take that for granted.
Gonzalez is the leader of the Propagation Society responsible for nurturing and populating the marsh. The 7 to 10 member group, consisting of both new and experienced gardeners, spends several hours a week learning and planting together.
I think they want hands-on. I think people have a natural desire to dig in the soil, to be outdoors, to be one with nature and just kind of be in the great outdoors and come to this place and get dirty.
During this much-anticipated session, the group is finally getting to plant seeds they began prepping several years ago. They are harvested in the summer when the pods are dry, and they catch them in the moment before they drop. They then wait until the seeds are ready to be placed in the ground.
It's a time commitment and a labor of love, because the members of the Torrance Propagation Society won't see the results of their hard work for many years. Still, they say that it's well worth it.
I wanted to do something to give back to help the city, and I really enjoy the marsh. It's one of the few places that's totally free with free parking, and you can walk in any time, and in 5 minutes you can feel like you're out in the country, and I want to keep it going.
The Madrona Marsh is a valuable habitat for birds, insects, and animals. Without it, flocks would not make the migration from South America to Alaska, and many endangered species would be without a home. While many Torrance residents are aware of the marsh, they may not know of opportunities for community improvement and family activities, like the Propagation Society.
You're outdoors and it's wonderful, and you learn a lot about the plants, and the people are great.
What we're collecting and harvesting today are for the next generations coming up, and that's important to restore the land.
Thanks, Julie. The Propagation Society is a free organization to join, and they meet every Thursday from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. More than 35,000 people visit the Madrona Marsh annually, and about 40 to 60 people visit daily. Coming up after the break, we'll show you how a local athlete is helping soldiers around the world.
Because my parents told me I have to be responsible.
Because my first coach told me, you can do this.
Because my teacher helped me see the choices.
Because my coach treated me like everybody else.
Because my boss showed me how to do a good job.
Because a mentor believed in my potential.
Is why I am where I am today.
I'm swimming faster than I ever dreamed I could.
I discovered that I could work as an artist.
I led my high school team to 2 championships.
I am a valuable employee.
I have a career that I am passionate about.
I will be whatever I want to be.
What can you do?
What can you do?
Like all young people, youth with disabilities should grow up expecting to work and succeed. For more information, visit whatcanyoudocampaign.org.
February marks Heart Health Awareness Month. Reporter Brittany Ben gives us important tips on how to keep your heart healthy.
Each year in the U.S., 1 in 4 deaths are caused by heart disease. And in December 2011, this scary statistic almost became a reality for Torrance resident Jim Chismar.
I was totally paralyzed on my left side. My arm didn't work, my leg didn't work, nothing. I had some problems speaking.
After his stroke, Chismar lost some of his speaking skills, his ability to walk, and many other basic motor skills.
To do this was impossible. To do that was impossible. Couldn't do it. Couldn't even get close.
Heart disease is the leading killer of men and women in the U.S., but what many of us don't realize is that heart failure develops over time.
It's almost always the event can be sudden, but the disease process starts very early, because it's plaques that develop in your artery that eventually become blockages. And they know from history, even going back to the Korean War and most recently looking at young soldiers, that these plaques can start in your teens.
Advancements in medicine have made it possible for doctors to better understand the risk factors involved with heart disease. They say preventative measures like living a healthy lifestyle are key, but if you do experience symptoms of a stroke or a heart attack, seek medical attention immediately.
911 is critical because you can intervene on a stroke just like a heart attack. You can get to the artery that's blocked and dissolve that clot or pull it out and limit the stroke, if not prevent it.
Eating healthy, quitting smoking, and getting regular exercise are all great ways to reduce your risk of heart disease. But it's important to know your numbers and keep track of any changes in your overall health.
Especially during Heart Month, we always kind of say, know your numbers, and that is, know your cholesterol, know your weight, know your blood pressure, and make sure that you're targeting those. You don't have to be in the doctor's office, but get together with them to make sure those are all under control. And if you can keep that under control, you really knock that battle.
With an unbreakable spirit and countless hours of physical therapy at Torrance Memorial Medical Center, Chismar has regained almost all of his physical capabilities. He now leads a balanced lifestyle by taking blood pressure medication and exercising 3 times a week to keep his numbers in check.
I get on a treadmill and I walk. Most people get on it and run. I can't run. I walk, but I'm comfortable walking. I get on a bicycle and I do 3 miles an hour. Right, and everybody looks at me and go like, why are you wasting your time? Well, I'm not.
3 years later, Chismar has a new appreciation for diet and exercise, things we should all learn to value. For This Week in Torrance, I'm Brittany Bin.
Torrance Memorial Medical Center offers cardiac rehab in addition to state-of-the-art heart attack and stroke centers.
Well, celebrating a 60-year legacy, family, friends, and members of the Torrance Little League gathered to kick off opening day with a special ceremony.
Little League is a great thing for the kids, learning how to play teamwork when they're young, and it just helps. It helps later in life too to build strong character, I think.
Opening day for Torrance Little League included not only the official ceremony but games and activities for all ages. Torrance Little League became official in May 1953 when papers were signed in California recognizing the local group. Currently, the league has 375 players ranging from various levels, starting with T-ball up to the majors. Players' ages range from as young as 4 years old up to 12 years old. The league was founded on the belief of teaching young athletes baseball in a positive environment, sharing the values of teamwork and sportsmanship, all the while playing competitive baseball.
I think it's important to have organizations like this here in Torrance because it builds that community. We all get to be together like a day like today. You see all these people out here, with 370 or 375 players or so. There's a lot of families. There's there's probably 1,000 people here today that are going to celebrate baseball and kick off our season, and hopefully we have a fantastic year.
Now, to become a sponsor or to learn more about the organization, go to torrancelittleleague.com.
Now let's go out to the sports desk where Juan Hernandez has a preview of what's to come.
Juan, what do you have for us?
Hey there, thanks for checking us out right here on the sports desk. I want you to see a couple things we have on this week's show. Check it out. Early on in the game, West making their deepest run into the playoffs in recent history against Royal. Big man Javier Basso getting some style points with the big dunks in the first half. And South High, they have been on fire all year long. One Spartan in particular, she just pulled out a hat trick in the quarterfinals. No big deal. If you want to see who it was, you're going to have to check out the highlight and the whole show right here on CitiCABLE 3 every day at 4 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. See you there.
Thanks, Juan. A South High alum is making national headlines in more ways than one.
A hometown hero with a major league idea that is impacting troops across the globe. With a little inspiration and a big goal, Vance Albert's offseason has been anything but relaxing. Albert has been learning baseball since age 6. The shortstop followed his dreams all the way to the pros and now plays AAA for the St. Louis Cardinals. At the end of the 2012 season, Vance stumbled upon an article that would soon become a movement.
In November, I was reading an article on a soldier from Afghanistan, and he said he wanted people to send him a baseball glove and a baseball so he could play catch with one of his buddies. So when I read that, something clicked in my mind where I was thinking, well, I can do this, and I can send not just one, I can send a ton.
Gloves for Troops was born, and Alberts decided to attempt to send 1,000 gloves to active military personnel overseas. The project started out slow. After a few weeks, Alberts only had a dozen gloves. The tides quickly turned when, out of the blue, famed ESPN sports writer Rick Riley covered the story. Within a few days, the project took off and donations and gloves started rolling in. Rowling, MLB, and the St. Louis Cardinals all contributed to the cause.
All of a sudden, we ended up thinking, wow, maybe we can almost do 2,000, when the initial goal seemed almost impossible.
Alberts and his father had to quickly set up shop in their garage in Torrance. With the help of volunteers, they assemble and ship packages containing baseballs, gloves, and personalized letters from students and supporters. While most of the gloves go to the Army soldiers in Afghanistan, the packages are also sent to troops in every branch of the military. They have been mailed to countries including Korea, Qatar, Germany, and more. Albitz has received gratitude from the troops and their families and looks forward to hopefully meeting them in person one day.
To, kind of get the sense that someone's thinking about them, I think means a lot to them.
Having successfully exceeded his original target, Albitz is headed off to Cardinal spring training later this week. He plans to pick back up gloves for troops next October when he returns to Torrance for the off-season. For CitiCABLE, I'm Julie Parton.
Albitz and his father used a website to find the shipping and contact information. Visit anysoldier.com to send your support to the troops. Well, that's going to do it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain.
And I'm Chun. If you've missed any portion of our show, you can catch us again at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.